Okay, people, how is everyone doing? I'm playing Doom for the Atari Jaguar on my Atari VCS, and this is awesome, And I'm playing it through Chrome, the Chrome browser on my Atari VCS. So this is an online emulator that I'm using to play the game, and the name of this emulator is called RetroGames.cc. So we recommend people checking out this awesome online emulator for your Atari VCS. All you have to do is go to Chrome on your Atari VCS. Now your Atari VCS, it doesn't need to be upgraded to do this. You just go to Chrome on your Atari VCS, and you can type in Retro Games Online, or you can type in RetroGames.cc. Now this site has a whole bunch of systems, including the Atari Jaguar, which is pretty awesome, man. And we think this is awesome, man. Because Doom for the Atari Jaguar, we think is pretty awesome, man. The only thing is, there's no music while you're playing the levels, but it's still awesome in my opinion, one of the greatest things about the Atari VCS is the ability to emulate retro games like this from any system we can think of, which I think is awesome, because I'm a big retro gamer. I love playing retro games, and that's one of the main reasons why I backed the Atari VCS on Indiegogo back in 2017. Because I knew Atari was going to make the Atari VCS a mini PC, which is what it is. It's a Linux mini PC. I knew that I'd be able to emulate other systems, other retro systems like the Sega Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, and so forth. So yeah, but when I found out that I could play Doom for the PS1 or the Atari Jaguar, because I love Doom, man, and with the Atari VCS, I can pretty much play any version of Doom I want, man. The only version that I can't play as of now is Brutal Doom. I had to have a pretty powerful PC to play Brutal Doom. But apart from that, man, I could play any other version of Doom. I could play Doom Eternal, I could play Doom The Dark Ages, whatever, man. With Xbox Cloud Gaming, we could play Doom 2 Remastered, Doom Eternal, Doom 2016, Doom 3, whatever, man, It's awesome, So yeah, brilliant. But yeah, I love the Atari VCS. We'll have 5 years this Christmas. I got it in 2020. I got a Christmas Eve. I got my Atari VCS Christmas Eve, 11:30 in the morning, 2020. I couldn't believe it, man. It was like a dream come true, and I couldn't believe it when the UPS guy was handing it to me. I just couldn't believe it. I was saying, but yeah, awesome, and I've had it ever since, and I haven't had any problems with my Atari VCS. It works great, man. The controllers work great. Everything works great in it, man. So yeah, I'm really happy with the Atari VCS, man. I love it. The Atari VCS Star, man, it keeps getting games. There's 238 games right now on the Atari VCS Star. 2 new games were released today by Orange Pixel, who's an awesome indie dev for the Atari VCS. I can't remember the names of the games offhand, but they were released today. Both are $4.99, which great value, man. And it's great that the indie devs are supporting the Atari VCS, because it's a win-win for everybody, I'm saying, and that's great, and we will see more games on the Atari VCS in 2026, both from indie devs and Atari, Well, the Atari VCS hasn't taken the world by storm. It's certainly not dead, man, and it won't be dead for a long time because, it's making money. When once it's making money, you know, for Atari and the indie devs, that they'll keep making games for it. And the fan base is growing all the time, you know. So it's awesome, you know. And really, the Atari VCS is really for a system for old fans like myself that like playing tons and tons of retro games, and that's who it's primarily for, you know. People that, you know, and the Atari VCS is really the old ways of playing video games, you know. There's no DLC, there's no subscriptions. You actually own the games that you buy. So hopefully it stays that way, because it's a great alternative, in my opinion, to Xbox, PlayStation and Nintendo. Because with those systems, you don't really own it, man. All you are is renting stuff off. So that's awesome, you know. Well, that's awesome in its own way. Like, in my opinion, Xbox Game Pass is the best value out of the three of them when it comes to streaming stuff, you know. And we could play my Xbox Game Pass games on my Atari VCS, and it's pretty awesome, man, you know. Like I said, Doom Eternal, Doom the Dark Ages, I could play them through Xbox Cloud Gaming on my Atari VCS, which is a free app that you just download from the Atari VCS store, you know. Or you can just play it through the Chrome browser, you know, which is awesome, you know. But doing it on the Atari Jaguar, I remember getting this from my Jaguar back in the day. Have fond memories playing it, and it was awesome that we could play it on my Atari VCS. And yeah, pretty awesome. And again, it's just, I don't get bored playing games in it, man, you know, which is awesome. And yeah. So I'm hoping in 2026 Atari bring out a new Night Driver game, because that's something I've been asking for since day one. When the Atari VCS first came out, I've been asking, please Atari, make Night Driver Recharge, you know, because that's an awesome series of games that Atari released, the Atari Recharge series. But now Night Driver, I've been asking all the time about that. And Millipede, they're the two games that I hope get the recharge treatment by Atari, you know. I think they will, you know, because there's no fans of Night Driver that really want a new Night Driver game, you know. And Wade Rosen, he's the CEO of Atari, and he's doing a great job. He did say in the past that every legacy Atari game, once it turns 50 years old, will get a new version. So Night Driver most definitely is a legacy Atari game. Well, it's not the most popular, like Centipede or Asteroids. It's one of my all-time favourites, you know. I remember when Night Driver came out in 1976 in the arcades. I thought it was awesome, man, you know. But I just didn't get the same sort of love that Asteroids or Missing Command or that got. But yeah, I think Atari should make a new Night Driver game. It's sadly crazy, you know, in my opinion. And Millipede. And then possibly Star Riders, they might see a recharge version of that. I mean, there's a lot of legacy games that still are awaiting the recharge series, you know. So awesome. Like in my opinion, currently with the Atari Recharge game, Centipede Recharged is awesome in my opinion, you know. Yeah. So I'm doing this one hand as well, you know. The Atari VCS controller is awesome. Controls well, I mean, has all the buttons you need, man, you know. Which is awesome. So yeah, Doom on the Atari Jaguar, man. Look at it. Yeah, I think it's awesome. Brilliant stuff. Yeah, and I think the Atari VCS is a great looking system. You know, it's very stylish looking. with the wood grain and all is awesome. And we clean it every day with a bit of Mr. Sheen multi-surface polish and one of those yellow microfiber cloths, because I want my stuff to look as good as possible. And I love how we can see the reflection of the game on the screen on the Atari VCS. I think it's awesome, man, yeah. And like I say, there's so many options to play games on your Atari VCS, you can, like I say, the fastest and quickest way is just online emulation through the Chrome browser. Now, there's tons of online emulators, man, but RetroGames.cc here is one of the best, in my opinion. Has all the systems. Then another one is PS1 Fun, all one word. So you type that in and get a whole load of PS1 games, And now my Atari VCS is 8 gigabytes of RAM, 32 gigabytes of internal storage, which is a stock Atari VCS, and I'm happy with that, we can play all the games that I want to play. You know what I'm saying? So me, I don't need to upgrade it, man. You know what I'm saying? We can play pretty much every system up to the PS2 without any issues, man. You know what I'm saying? We just start to struggle with Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, but it's still very playable, man. But from PS2, everything backwards pretty much runs flawlessly, and that's out with 8 gigabytes of RAM, man. So awesome stuff, man. In my opinion, and there's so many options, like I said, to emulate games. You can use the Kinhank Battlesera hard drive. There's different types, man. There's 2 terabyte drives. There's 500 gigabytes. The 500 gigabyte one is blue, and these hard drives they look like cassette tapes. But these hard drives have over 50,000 games, 100,000 games built into them from every system you can think of, and it's fully customizable. You can the layout of the games, themes, and you can add music and all sorts of cool stuff to it, man. The only thing is, it costs money, and you had to buy them off eBay. That's where I got my Kinhank hard drives, which is awesome, man. And but you have to have, but to use the Kinhank portable hard drive on your Atari VCS, you have to disable the secure boot option within the Atari VCS BIOS. You have to do that, otherwise the Atari VCS won't recognise the hard drive. And just always launch the standard Atari OS, man. So just keep that in mind if people are thinking of getting the Kinhank portable hard drive, whether it's the 500 gigabyte or the 2 terabyte. There's even a 12 terabyte Kinhank hard drive, but before you get any hard drive, you have to disable the secure boot option within the Atari VCS BIOS. Now, it's protected by a password, and to be honest with you, I forget what the password is. But once you do it once, you don't have to keep going into the Atari VCS BIOS, Once you disable the secure boot option, any device where there's a Kinhank hard drive or anything with a USB cable, the Atari VCS will boot into that first before the Atari OS. So just keep that in mind if people are taking it getting it, And there is a bit of setup involved with the Kinhank hard drive. It says plug and play on eBay, but it's not exactly plug and play. You have to do a bunch of setup first, but it's not that hard, man. And there's tutorials on YouTube. That's how I learned how to use it, man. And the great thing about the Kinhank portable hard drive, you can add games that aren't on it, But how you get those games, that's up to you, man. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. But it's pretty simple, and there's tons of tutorials on YouTube to teach you how to use it. And Battlesera keeps getting updates all the time. There's a version 42 out now, I believe. And with that, you can emulate PS4 games, which is insane. Now, I don't think my Atari VCS will be powerful enough to run PS4 games, but I don't know, man. The version of Battlesera that I have on my Kinhank hard drive is version 41. which we can emulate everything pretty much up to the Switch, the Nintendo Switch, but it does struggle with the Switch, man. And sometimes the games don't even run properly because it's just too much for it, man. Wii U seem to work okay, but Xbox 360, PS3 struggles. But if we did upgrade the RAM of the Atari VCS, that wouldn't be an issue. But I don't feel the need to upgrade, man, because there's not a whole lot of Wii or Wii U games I want to play anyway. And there's not a ton of Xbox 360 games I want to play anyway, so it doesn't matter, man, with Xbox Game Pass, you have Xbox 360 games and original Xbox games there anyway, so, yeah. And with Xbox, it struggles as well, man, the original Xbox, but some games do run, man, it is what it is. Now, like I say, the Atari VCS, you can upgrade the RAM. The most you can upgrade it to is 32 gigabytes of RAM, which will make it more than capable of running any game you throw at it, man. Now, you can upgrade the internal storage with an SSD drive. You can put a 2 terabyte SSD drive for more storage and stuff like this. Now, I don't know how to open up my VCS and add the parts, so I'm not going to try, man, because I don't want to damage my entire VCS. I know I would if I tried, man. So just keep that in mind, man. If you are going to upgrade your entire VCS, you have to know what you're doing. You have to get the right screwdriver and you have to get the right parts and everything. And unless you know exactly what you're doing, I wouldn't recommend it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not good at taking things apart, and I'm just not good at that sort of stuff, man. But there are tutorials on YouTube, like I said, teaching you how to upgrade your entire VCS if you want to. But I recommend getting external hard drives like the Kinhang Battlestar hard drive. It cuts out all the hard work of having to upgrade it yourself. Well, that's my opinion, But at the end of the day, man, with the Atari VCS, you just have hours and hours of fun, man. You know what I'm saying? It's the old ways of playing video games, man. And we love playing Atari Jaguar games, and it's pretty awesome, man. Now, with the Chrome browser, that's what I'm using at the moment to play Doom here for the Jaguar. Not every Atari Jaguar game works. It's really just the popular games like Alien vs Predator, Tempest 2000, but some of the obscure games like Power Drive Rally, they just won't work for some reason. But with Battlestar Hard Drive, every game works, man. Every game for every system, So yeah, if you love retro games, the best way to do it is Battlestar, the Kinhang Battlestar Hard Drive for your Atari VCS, man. And again, your VCS doesn't have to be upgraded. It comes with now the Kinhang Portable Hard Drive. It comes with a USB cable that's made for it specifically, So keep that in mind also. You have to use the USB cable that comes with it because it won't accept a normal USB cable. It has to be the one that comes with it, man, So yeah, awesome stuff, man. So I'm going to end the video there, man. I'm going to enjoy playing more Atari Jaguar Doom, man, and yeah, awesome, And like I say, there's tons of online emulators. You can say you just go to Chrome on your Atari VCS. Now, this site in particular, like I say, retro games.cc, so you just type that in, Now, you will be using the keyboard to control the games by default, but you just click the joypad icon on the bottom left of the screen, and you just map out the controls, and you just click update when you have all the controls mapped out. And at the very top of the screen, there's a small little box that says enable the left D-pad. So you have to click that, so the left, the red left analog stick will become enabled. So you have to do that first, then map out all the controls, up for up, down for down, left for left, and right for right, so far. Then at the very bottom of the screen, there's a blue button that says update. So you just click that, and that's it. And you just have to do that once, and you don't have to do it again, man. You only have to do it again is if you delete your save data in Chrome. on your Atari VCS, then you have to do it again, obviously, you know. But anyway, they're just some awesome tips, in my opinion. You want to enjoy a bunch of retro games, go to Chrome on your Atari VCS and just type in retro games online or retrogames.cc, which is what this site is. Or PS1 Fun, that's another great site, you know. And a lot of these online emulators have multiple systems on them: NES, Super Nintendo, Sega Mega Drive, so forth. You know, but the best way to play retro games is the King Hank Battle Sarah hard drive. But I say there is a bit of setup involved, but it's totally worth it in my opinion. You know, but look, I say before you attempt to use the King Hank portable hard drive, you have to disable the secure boot option within the Atari VCS BIOS. And look, I say it's protected by a password, and I can't remember what the password is, unfortunately. But look, I say there's videos on YouTube that'll give you all the information you need and how to get up and running. So they're my opinions, man. Or if PC mode is another option. I forgot about that. PC mode is awesome, and it's Debian 11, which is a Linux PC mode. Now it comes on a USB hard drive that you get from Atari, and it has PC mode on it. So you plug that USB hard drive into your back of your Atari VCS, and it'll tell you, do you want to launch Debian 11 or do you want to use the original Atari OS? Now, so awesome. Now with PC mode, you have access to all sorts of emulators that you don't have access to on the normal Chrome browser, like Redream, which is an awesome Dreamcast emulator. You can actually download that for your Atari VCS on PC mode, play a bunch of Dreamcast games. Same goes for Steam or PlayStation 2 games. And with PC mode, it has its own software section with tons of emulators on free games and stuff like this. And you have Google Chrome and Mozilla Firefox, so it's pretty awesome. And if you use PC mode and if you have a fully upgraded Atari VCS, you're gonna have an awesome experience, man. You know. But even with 8 gigabytes, you're still gonna have a good time. You know, in my opinion, you know. Yeah. So now PC mode is fairly cheap. I got mine from Atari about 2 years ago. It only cost me €60. Now these things were fast selling out. But I think Atari had them back in stock. I'm not too sure, like, you know. But yeah, so that's it, man. That's why I say the Atari VCS is an awesome system. I've been happy since I got it day one, man. I haven't had any problems with it. It's only gotten better over time with more games and updates and stuff like this. Because we clean it every day. I look after it, and I'm really happy with it. And 2026 is going to be an awesome year for the Atari VCS. Like I say, it's not going anywhere. It's not dead. So don't listen to people that are saying that it's dead. It's not, man. Really. Like I say, indie devs keep making games for just 238 games. And like just Smart and 2 games by Orange Pixel, who's an awesome indie dev. Another awesome indie dev on the Atari VCS is a guy called Kraz Productions. And Blue Sunset Games is another awesome indie dev. Metgarn Games, which is another awesome indie dev. Tons of games, you know, and they're all cheap and pick up and play sort of games. So yeah, awesome, you know. And then you can go to Chrome, like I'm doing right now, and just play a bunch of old school games, because that's what I like doing, man, you know. You know, like I say, it's an awesome alternative from the Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo. Anyway, that's it, man. You know, I just love playing. We do like Atari Jaguar doing, man. It's such a shame that the Atari Jaguar itself was a huge failure. You know, but it is what it is. But yeah, so yeah, and the Atari VCS. I don't think it's a failure. I mean, if it's out 5 years, it has over 200 games, man, and fans like it, how is it a failure? You know what I'm saying? You know, but it's not a huge success either. But it's doing good enough that, you know, it'll be around in 2026. Atari knows, Atari won't abandon the Atari VCS, man. They won't, because they realise it's making money for them, and they won't discontinue it, because fans like it too much, Well, the Atari VCS, I don't think is a priority for Atari anymore, which is a shame. They're into the Atari 2600 Plus and Pac-Man and stuff like this, selling T-shirts. They won't abandon the Atari VCS, because they realise if they do that, it'd be stupid, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the fan base is only growing and people like it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the indie devs, they won't abandon the Atari VCS because it's making money for them as well. So that's the main thing, It's making money. Well, it's not a huge success like the Switch 2 or anything like this. It's good enough, and it's keeping all fans like myself happy. So yeah, that's it. So awesome stuff. So I'm gonna end the video there, man. I'm getting tired holding up my camera here, because I had the camera in my left hand here, the controller's in my right hand, so I've been holding up for nearly 20 minutes. Sorry, 26 minutes, but yeah, I just want to show people how awesome the Atari VCS is, man, Again, I don't understand the hate that it gets, especially from Atari fans, man, that turned their back on it. I don't get it, but it is what it is. In their minds, it's not what they wanted or expected, and they just decided they decided not to support it anymore. So I don't know why these people call themselves Atari fans. You know what I'm saying? If things are getting tough and they won't support it, well, I don't know, man. I'm not like that. I'm loyal. I love Atari until I'm in the grave, man. Yes, they messed up in the past, but I still supported them because I love them. That's what loyalty is. But it is what it is. Some people now, if they feel let down, to just abandon ship all straight away. We don't do that. But that's me, though. When I'm saying, Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, brilliant stuff. Now I know that there's a better versions of Doom out there that I could be playing right now, but I like the Atari Jaguar version, And I also like the Sega Saturn version of Doom, which has been fixed, I believe. But I'll make a video about that another day, man. So I love the Atari VCS, I really do, man. So I'm going to leave it at that, man. I can't think of anything else left to say. I'm going to enjoy playing the rest of this, and yeah, brilliant. So I hope everyone has a good day. In my opinion, Christmas is definitely the time to buy an Atari VCS. It's really cheap. Black Friday deals and all that sort of stuff. Really cheap. Yeah, definitely. And I recommend the King Hank portable hard drive. There's different types. There's the red one, which is a 2 terabyte drive. There's a blue one, which is 500 gigabytes. And these come pre-installed with thousands of games, man. And you can add games to it. It's really easy to use. You can add teams, you can add shaders and stuff like this. It's awesome. But like I say, before you use it, you have to disable the secure boot option of your Atari VCS. And it's protected by a password, like I said. You can find the password for the Atari VCS BIOS on YouTube or other places. So I'm going to end it there, man. I hope everyone has a good day. So that's it. I'm going to end it. Take care. All the best. Bye-bye,